bond that can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Great episode today. We got the three amigos here for the first time since Monday, I think, or Friday, one of these days. Friday. All right. So we got a good show for y'all today. We're gonna talk. We got AJ coming through. All right, talk about his Lakers, and we got Carl coming on second half of the show with AJ, and we got this big debate going on that we brought from the IG chat to the show. But before we get started, I gotta introduce my two bros. We got Dave Dollars and my man Tomo. How y'all doing, fellas?
I'm doing great. Back. It's been since Thursday, by the way, Joe. I wasn't here Friday, but it's great to be back. It's a Wednesday, winning Wednesdays. We got, like Joe said, we got some great things to talk about today. We are fortunately or unfortunately, however you feel about it, going to be talking about the Lakers today. And who's better, AJ Brown or Jamar Chase? You choose. I'm just going to sit back and see how this is going to go. We got two people coming on today. You'll see them when they come on. We'll introduce them when they come on the show today. But, I wasn't here to announce the super chats and everything. So it's great that we have that now. We got the super chats. We got the membership. Shout out to Jerry for being the first member. And then shout out to Trent, Kevo, Ty,
Vaughn,
and Vaughn for putting in some super chats, man. We appreciate you guys. But like I said, I'm back. So it ain't a show until we turn up.
Turn me up.
Let's get it. I'm ready for the show today. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be a really great show today. Glad to be back. I don't know if Joe's computer is glad that I'm back though.
I was about to say, we started doing all that cashing out. It was like they came and repossessed my man camera right quick.
They kicked Joe off the show, man. That was like, no. Too much about the super chat.
Man. But I was gonna say,
feels great to be back, man.
Hey man, time flies when you monetize.
Okay, bars.
Dom DeMarco. Okay. But yeah, man. So like Joe said, we got a bevy of topics. I want to say, sadly, we do got to talk about the Lakers, but there is a wide receiver conversation. Like we said, we're going to talk about it. Y'all know how I feel about one of these wide receivers, so don't worry about it. I won't be a part of this debate. I'm just here to eat some popcorn, okay, and throw my jabs here and there. Like if anybody ever seen that Jamie Foxx stand up where you like you run through the crowd and then you hit somebody, and then you run back out. That's what we need today. Oh, it looks like we got Joe back. There you go.
My device died.
Oh man.
Jody. Well, welcome back, Joe.
Yeah, welcome back, Joe.
All right. All right, here we go, man. Let's get the show started, man. It's already 7:09. Listen, make sure y'all go on 3 platforms: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We are streaming this on all three platforms. Make sure y'all like the video on all 3 platforms. Share it on all 3 platforms. Last but not least, subscribe and follow on all 3 platforms. Shout out to everybody who already subscribed. Listen, man, use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down. We're going to put comments down, but once, a super chat comes in, we're going to hang that up there. You know what I mean? That's how we're going to do it going forward, all right? And so, look, we got some Instagram chats going on. It was very hectic today in the NFL chat. So, Dave, let's let the people know about these IG chats we got going on.
Yeah, so we have the NFL, NBA, mixed in with WNBA that may or may not be separated soon. Who knows how that's going to work out? We have college basketball, men and women, college football, Major League Baseball, and then we have boxing that's mixing with UFC. It's really the combat chat, but we just call it. It just has the boxing logo right now. Well, UFC and some wrestling. I myself, I haven't watched wrestling in years, but I will throw in a couple highlights that I've seen from back in the day when The Rock and Stone Cold and Goldberg and them guys used to be out there. But now it's just too much stuff going on now. But you want to join the IG chat? Listen to Tomo. He'll let you know what it takes to be able to get into those IG chats.
Man, it's always the short person that's the bouncer, right? So let me tell y'all how y'all can get up in these clubs, man. First things first, last week we wasn't doing eyebrows, right? But this week we are doing eyebrows. Let me tell you a little bit about what the qualifications are to join some of these chats. I said earlier, we're monetized. So that means we have memberships, or should we say family members, because we refuse to lose. We are kind of family. We bicker like cousins and brothers and all of these chats. And then at the end of the day, if somebody come in new and then we don't really know too much about them, they say something crazy, we jump him too. It happened earlier in the NFL chat. But we have 3 tiers with our membership. You can definitely click on the link on the YouTube and you can join each membership. Tier 1 is the pro level. Tier 2 is the all-star level, and tier 3 is the superstar level. And with tier 1 on this pro level, it's $2.99 a month. Please sign up. Please sign up. But with tier 1, you get a loyalty badge next to your name and the comments and the live chats. So that means you see how Teddy is right here. Teddy at the badge. It will be a nice little. It will probably be a Yankee symbol right there next to his name, and then we know that's Teddy from out the masses. Also, you get priority comments. So that means when we get the comments start getting flooded, you jump to the top. Join one sports chat. That's one sports chat. So every chat that Dave just explained to you in a prior video or prior slide, you can join one. So make it your best one. Unless you want to go, there you go. Unless you want to jump to tier 2. And with tier 2, that's the all-star level. Valentine's Day weekend, dunk contest, all that. That's the all-star level. With the all-star level, it's $4.99 a month. You get all of the perks from tier 1, but also these here. You get member-only videos. You can join multiple chats. So now you can enter each room. You can't just walk in one and be like, man, what are they talking about over there? You can actually chat hop like we do it on a day-to-day basis. For the ones that's grandfathered in, let them know in the comments right now. You can jump chat to chat. You can also request a topic or a segment nominee. You also get to see that too. If you're new here, go back and watch some other videos. You'll see a lot of our topics came from the chat. These were folks that were in the chats and they had something they wanted to say. That's the tier 2. Again, that's $4.99 a month. Then we move on to tier 3. This is the superstar level. This is where LeBron and them be at. This is where the GOATs hang out. Jordan, I'm going to say Jordan, Brady, Mahomes, that's where they hang out. And I would say this is where the big 3 that you see on the show hang out too. This is where we at. With tier 3, you get the same perks from tier 2 and tier 1, but you also get to join the Refuse to Lose chat. The Refuse to Lose chat, I want to say you might get a random phone call if you join that chat too. So just be prepared. You can be a guest on the show. Awards and plaques to the top performers. We have an award show, so you can go back and check that out too, so you can see the perks of being in the superstar level. You also get member shout outs. Who don't want to get shout out, man? Who don't want to get shout out? You paying $10 a month to be on the show and participate in everything that goes on. You definitely want to shout out. So it's kind of like, I ain't gonna say an EP because people go crazy when you say EPs, but you're part of the family for real. So again, the link is on the YouTube. Click the YouTube, become a member today, and enjoy the Refuse to Lose perks.
There it is. And once again, shout out to Jerry for becoming a superstar member. All right, shout out to Jerry. All right, and look, we can't go forward without shouting out BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Hey, if you are a baseball fan, diehard fan, casual fan, hey, you just want to learn more about baseball, listen, tune in to BWT, Baseball with Teddy through Refuse to Lose Sports. All right, so you can go right to the YouTube page, and then you will see it right there. Another episode will be dropping soon. He had just put out a new episode about 2 days ago, so just make sure y'all check that one out. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours.
So we got a special guest here, man. The first time this guy was on the show, we was sadly talking about the Eagles. You know, this was when they were the juggernaut. But it come to find out that this guy is a Lakers fan as well. I don't understand why you're a Lakers fan, but you can tell us right now when we bring you up. We can bring my man AJ to the panel. Somebody bring AJ up for me right quick. What's up, AJ?
What up? What up? What up? What's going on?
Welcome
What's
back,
up?
man. Welcome back.
How y'all feeling?
What's going on, my guy?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. What you mean? I don't know why he a Laker fan. What kind of?
Hey, man, when you in Philly, you got to figure out if you're a Philly fan, then people want to know why you're a Lakers fan. You know?
No, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. So I picked my sports teams at like 10 years old, right?
Okay.
So at the age of 10, I'm 28 now. So at the age of 10, you know, the Eagles added T.O. So I was like, okay, I think I like that team. They pretty special team. They had Donovan, they had B-Dog, they had the squad. I like the color green. I like their logo, the uniform. So as a kid, I was like, I like that team. Plus my pop's a Cowboys fan. So I was like, nah, I gotta root for a rival. I gotta root for a rival. So that's that. And then my brother put me on Kobe at a young age. And at the time, they was winning championships, 2000, 2002 with Shaq. So I'm like, young me, like, I'm finna root for the team that's winning the championship. And I just kind of sticked with them teams the whole time. So I got love for, the teams in my city, in Milwaukee, where I'm from, but like not like the teams I grew up loving, the Lakers and the Eagles. So that's the backstory for people who don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's the backstory.
Okay. Shout out to Worm. Go ahead. Now you got it, Joe.
My man AJ, before we continue, let's give a shout out to my man Donnell. Shout out to Worm for becoming a superstar member. You see, that's that competition time while he was talking about. He heard. Hold on. Nah. I know you like the Nash, man. I know we like the same team, but nah. These my bros. I'm gonna become a member. I appreciate that, Donnell. I appreciate that.
Hey, that's an NFC East battle. Remember, he a Cowboys fan in Jersey as a so there you go. That's
ain't a battle. I got something to say. Matter of fact, AFC North, what y'all doing?
See, that I don't understand. Being a Cowboys fan, I don't get that. I can't really vibe with that one. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say this because Carl gonna be on the show later, but it's funny though. Carl said most of you guys became fans of a team because y'all don't like y'all family, right? And that's me too, because I became a Cowboy fan because my grandparents were Redskin fans and Commanders fans at the time. Now, and back then when you were a kid, you get in trouble and stuff, right? You can't really talk back. But on Sundays when they lose to the Cowboys, that's when they get mostly upset. So I'm like, that's my team.
That makes sense. I feel that, but I don't know. They ain't gave you much to smile about as of late, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
don't know. You might have been the one. You might have been the one that's upset. As of late, I'm just
man. I know this Cowboy Eagles talk, man.
Cut this
out. It hurt my ears, man. Hurt my ears.
I was like, they gave me a lot to smile about because the team we used to beat up on, but we're not gonna talk about them right now. It's not like you said, Joe. It's not about them. It's about the Lakers, right? We're gonna talk about the Lakers, and I know we else up here got some questions for you. But you see the title, Trouble in Tinseltown. Can you turn it around? Like, what's going on with the Lakers, man?
When y'all say.
AJ, before you start, I'm not sure if you know this already. I had already told them this before we started, but the Lakers are showing some interest in Bruce Brown. Now you can go ahead and continue.
I don't mind that. That's not a bad. It'd be a nice little pickup, nice little rotational piece. I mean, he killed us, so I wouldn't mind having him on the team. But when y'all say trouble, what do y'all mean by trouble? I don't know where the trouble lies when it comes to the Lakers as we speak.
You know the story. AD, Braun frustrated with AD. He didn't invite him to the LV turn up in France.
I ain't paying no attention to that, man. That is what it is. I think the Lakers are in a decent spot. They was just in the Western Conference Finals. They need to prioritize, obviously, bringing back Reeves and Rui, a couple of the other rotational pieces. I would like to see him make a move for Trae Young. That would be lovely. I don't know if it's really possible. I know that name's been floated around a lot. I know Kyrie has been floated around a lot as well. I think even more importantly, if you can get a guy to fill that center position to move AD back to power forward, that will be even better. But really, I think the Lakers' number one priority outside of signing their own is they got to get a real number two, because I think LeBron this upcoming year going to have to take a step back and be number three. Just going to have to. Like, this past season, he had a pretty good regular season. He was balling, but he was hurt a lot, similar to AD. And them injuries, they starting to pile up. He getting older. Father Time is undefeated. And I think we saw a lot of that in the postseason as well, where like he wasn't hurt, but he just wasn't himself for a vast majority of the playoffs. And I mean, people bring up the little foot injury, but I don't really pay that much attention. He was out there, he looked good towards the end of the regular season, so I don't give him that pass. So I just think that he winding down, and I think in order for us to really get to that next level and get to NBA Finals again, we got to bring in another guy that can come in and get buckets, honestly, and kind of just let LeBron play that backseat role, play the number 3. But I think we in a good spot. I'm not mad at where the Lakers are right now. Honestly, I'm not mad at it at all. Truthfully.
I got a question. All right, so look, y'all don't have cap space. Like y'all don't have the assets to lure in the superstar. Y'all don't have draft picks. You know what I mean? Y'all trying to keep your boy Austin Reeves. Y'all talking about y'all gonna do whatever y'all can to keep him. So y'all gotta wait for somebody to try to throw a deal at them. So knowing what the NBA does, they're gonna throw some like a big contract at them that basically play defense on y'all for y'all to match that. So the Hawks are already all in on Trae Young. They already said they're not trading Trae Young. He's untradeable. So who are some people? I know you mentioned Trae Young. Outside of that you can see y'all can lure over there and help y'all make that championship run?
Well, I never put anything past LA, bro. I never put anything past them. I know they ain't got a lot of cap space, but it's LA. People take deals, things seem to just work out. I wish we still had Magic Johnson back in the front office because he was the one really making things happen. But Fred VanVleet, I wouldn't mind seeing a guy like him. I know he a little expensive too. Maybe like a Brook Lopez potentially. If they don't get a star, they at least got to get somebody that can fill either the role of the big, the 5 to move AD back to the 4, or they got to get somebody that can give you at least like 20 a game. Give me 20 a game. That way LeBron can kind of coast through the regular season, similar to how he just did this past season, and in the playoffs kind of kick it up when it matters most. But I think that's really what you need. Bringing everybody back is going to be tough, along with signing a star, obviously. But they got to get somebody to fill one of them 2 holes, like expeditiously. Bruh. And I want to throw this out there too. I want to throw this a pause, but I want to throw this out there too. I don't know what kind of deals will be on the table for it, but I wouldn't be completely opposed to trading AD. I wouldn't. I would debate putting him on a trading block and seeing what type of interest you'd have for him, because even though I like him when he's on the floor, for the most part, he's so hit or miss. He's so inconsistent. I'm tired of seeing it. One day he going for 40, the next day he going for 15 and 5 on 5 of 13 shooting from the field, and I'm tired of it. So I wouldn't mind seeing him on a trading block if that becomes necessary. But something got to shake in order for us to get to the next level, because as Laker fans, we're not happy with Western Conference Finals.
So how do you think last season went for y'all? Like, what's the recap of your season?
I think it was decent. I think it's hard to say we exceeded expectations as a Laker fan, to be truthful, because going into the season, I had high expectations. I don't know if I had championship expectations, but I had expectations of, if LeBron and AD stay healthy, we got a shot. Because, they stayed healthy for the most part, and they had a shot, though. Just want to throw that out there. They had a chance. They got swept in the conference.
You talking about before the trade or after?
Before the trade. Before the season started. That's how with Russ. That's how I felt, though. I felt like, because this is the thing. My mindset was this. After they won a championship in 2020, they hadn't lost a playoff series with them 2 healthy. That hasn't happened. And so my mindset was, okay, if those 2 players are healthy, we can make some noise. The season started, and my thought process changed. My thought process changed quite a bit because we was garbage. Fair enough. We made all the trades we made. I still had, in the back of my mind, if these guys can stay healthy, we can get some shooters around LeBron and AD, we can make some noise. I didn't have championship on my mind, but I did come on Refuse to Lose and say, we can make some noise if we make a couple moves for some shooters XYZ. You go in there, you get Rui, you get some shooting, you get some defense in Vando, you go and get D'Lo, and they go on this run, and expectations start to heighten again until they got swept in the conference finals. So I don't know. I honestly, I say all that to say I'm kind of indifferent about it. I mean, I'm happy that we got as far as we did because midway through the season, we didn't expect that. We didn't expect them to get that far. But at the end of the day, it's LA and it's LeBron and AD, and they had a chance. Every game of that series, it kills me to this day to speak about it. Every single game of the series came down to the fourth quarter, and they lost every single fourth quarter. And that falls on LeBron and AD. So, I mean, it's hard to say I'm too happy about it, but for now, I'm satisfied because I feel like we could do the same thing next year and we could go further, but we got to make moves.
Okay, so going what you said earlier about AD, you'll have AD on a chopping block or the trade block just to see what you can get back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also said that you wouldn't mind getting a Trae Young. Now, what if the Atlanta Hawks call and say, okay, we'll give you Trae Young, Clint Capella, and some draft picks, but we want Anthony Davis.
Trae Young, Clint Capella, and some draft picks?
Yeah.
I might take it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I don't see Atlanta giving that offer for AD.
I don't, but I just got to throw that out there.
I don't see that offer being given up for AD. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, that sounds like a bit of a far-fetched offer, but if it's an offer that's on the table for Anthony Davis, I'm probably taking that deal.
I would take it.
I'm probably taking that deal.
I would take it.
I'm probably taking that deal for sure.
Joe, like, why would they do that?
Yeah, I would probably, because then you get defense and rebounding in Clint Capella, you get a bucket in Trae Young. Now, you still like one of the guys that you ultimately re-sign from Rui to Reeves to whoever you have left has to step up and be that number 2 though. Because again, at this point in LeBron's career, he can do it, but for long periods of time in the playoffs, 6-game series, 7-game series, all the way to the finals, I just don't see him filling that role right now. He got to pick his spots at this point in his career. So I don't know if that move pushes us over the top, to be honest. But would I turn that down? Nah, I'm probably pulling the plug on that.
AJ, I think you're underestimating the AD. His impact on y'all season last year. So LeBron was valuable. Y'all had valuable pieces, but y'all not going nowhere without AD. You know, when Bron was healthy and AD was out, we talking about last 2 years, y'all were not winning games. When LeBron was out and AD was healthy, y'all were still winning games. People don't realize that. Remember, y'all went on a win streak. Y'all won a big run starting after the All-Star break, right? Without LeBron James. LeBron James came back. Y'all started to play some close games against like the third string Utah Jazz, against the Houston Rockets. But before LeBron came back, y'all was like walking through people. Y'all walked through Memphis. Y'all walked through the Warriors, I think. Y'all was walking through people. So in the playoffs, when y'all played Memphis, y'all won because AD was looking like daggone Will Chamberlain against the Memphis Grizzlies defensively. Right? He was getting like 5 steals, 6 blocks, like 16 rebounds. The Warriors couldn't do nothing because of AD. So, but once AD couldn't neutralize somebody, Jokic, y'all lost. So AD is a bigger piece for y'all than LeBron James to me.
That might be true, but I'm tired of the inconsistency, bro. I don't like him being the offensive. I mean, sometimes even defensively, if I'm keeping it a buck, sometimes even defensively, I'm like, Jokic is Jokic. Jokic, he's his own beast, bro. But he did give up the game-winning layup in Game 4. You know what I'm saying? He did give up 40, 20, and 15. I'm just throwing numbers out there.
Did he give it up, or did y'all play him off of Jokic? That's what happened. Y'all put Hachimura on.
But there was a reason why we switched to Hachimura. It's because AD couldn't do nothing with him. We switched to Hachimura, and Hachimura started getting stops.
I mean, but nobody can really do much with Jokic, though. That's
true. That's true. But my thing with AD is this. We knew in that series that we was gonna go for the most part, right? I'll give you that point. We go as far as AD go. The problem is his inconsistency is so detrimental to the team sometimes. Like, bro, I can't take the inconsistency. Game 1, 40. Game 2, 15. Game 3, 35, 15. Game 4, 7 points. And then for me, it's not even the fact that he be out there missing shots. It be the lack of aggression. It's like he don't even want to be out there. It's like, yo, what is you doing? And as a Laker fan, I don't know. I just if we can keep AD, great. If there's a trade that comes along that packages like a Trae Young, I'm jumping at it, and I'm figuring out the defense later. That's how I feel about it. Because I think other superstars in LA with the same opportunities will be a little bit more consistent and give us possibly a better shot if you feel that defensive role. AD is his own beast when it comes to defense. We understand all of that, but like I'm tired of the inconsistency. And again, this past year too. On top of that, this is the first year the man didn't stay healthy for a playoff run since 2020. Now, Bron has injury history too, but that's expected at this age. AD's supposed to be in the prime of his career. Not only do we have to worry about him staying healthy, number one, that's the first concern. But the second concern is, okay, if he's healthy, how consistent is he going to be? I'm tired of that. I was shocked he stayed healthy as long as he did this year. Shocked. And every game he hit in the deck. Every game. So I mean, I don't know, bro. He's a great player, major piece, but I'm seeing what's out there.
I'm glad AD is giving you that same feeling that I have, because everything you said about Anthony Davis, he's on a lower level, so much lower. Joe know where I'm going. That's Bradley Beal, man. It sounds like if you didn't name a player and you just said all of this, I would have like, you talking about Bradley Beal, bro. At times where it's just like you don't even want to play no more. Like you just don't want to play. You got so much potential. That's why I say a lower level, because at least AD gonna give you something on the defensive end when he's in tune in the game. But yeah, I feel your frustration, bro. That's why he's in Phoenix. Hey, that's your problem.
But look, though. So look, everything comes with expectations. All right. The reason why we get mad at AD because we look at AD like Jason Tatum. I look at Jason Tatum like, bro, if you actually be consistent, you can arguably be the best player in the NBA. You got the skill set, you got the size, and that's what AD is. AD is like that guy, like AD. Giannis not on your level when you at your best. Like, you know, like AD, like Giannis ain't got nothing for you, you know. But y'all know Anthony Davis had probably his best year of his career this year. Like one of the best years of his career. It's like because when LeBron went out, he was dropping 40. Even when LeBron was playing, remember, you know, Tomo.
You had the stretch. I mean, he had the 50. You had the stretch where you say he touched. What is he get over like 20 points a game? They was winning.
20 attempts.
Yeah, 20 attempts. That was like for like 6 games straight.
Yeah. He. I think he dropped 40 something on the Wizards. You know about
you don't gotta keep saying. You said that earlier, man. We heard. You gotta keep saying it, man.
So yeah, AJ, I get you. He is inconsistent offensively. I give you that. But is Trae Young consistent?
Let me ask you this.
I mean, Trae Young is an inefficient shooter.
I'll give you that. But let me ask you this. How long do you trust AD to be healthy enough to do what he did last season?
I'll give you that.
AD might have, and we expect AD to continue to play at this level for a long period of time. He only, 30, 31, right? 29, somewhere around in that age, 29 and 31, I don't know. But you hope for AD to play at that level for the next 5 to 6 years. We don't know if that's going to happen. We simply don't know because of the injury history. We don't know how much time AD got left on the court for real. And that's a major concern. That's a major concern. He's not. He's just not. You know, Trae Young might not be as reliable when it comes to, you know, his consistency in play. And I feel like that's honestly debatable if I'm calling a spade. But at least he'd be on the court for the most part. At least he out there. And you have a whole season to get that chemistry, that camaraderie with the team, opposed to AD good for 10 games. Now he about to miss another 20. Then he good for another 10 games. All right, now he might miss another 25. Okay, maybe he healthy for the playoffs. Okay, healthy for the playoffs for the first couple games. Oh, snap, he done pulled his grind. Like, it's come on now. Like, it's always something with him. When he's on his game, when he's there mentally and he's locked in, he different. I love him when he's in that, you know, in that mode, he's different. But when he's not, which feels like more times than not, truthfully, between injuries and inconsistency, it hurts. It kills us. And I'm at that point where if a deal is available, I'd rather move on. I'd just rather move on.
I'm with you. So look, we got the other guest on. All right, so I'm going to ask you this last question. What do you expect from the Lakers next year? Like, give me some premature. Now, we're not gonna hold you to this, AJ, because we gotta wait for the agency. You know, so
but you know how the chats are.
So if you want to say something like, I don't know, LeBron win Finals MVP, I win the championship. I don't know, something like that. You know, I'm not gonna hold you to it. I gotta wait until y'all moves. But what you anticipate y'all would do this all season? Give me some 2024 and 25 predictions.
It's a great question.
23, 24.
2023, 2024, Joe.
I'm sorry. LeBron might be out the league.
Right.
Hey, bro.
I gotta see.
No, he'll
Obviously,
be there. LeBron, he'll be there.
Yeah, obviously we got to see obviously how the trade deadline, well, not trade deadline, but that too, because they made a bunch of moves before the trade deadline. But we got to see how offseason and all of that stuff goes. As a Laker fan right now, my expectation, team presently constructed right now, I want them to go to the finals. What I expect is them to be a second round exit. Truthfully. I don't think that if they keep the team the exact same, if everything remains the same, unless Rui and Reeves step up and just have amazing seasons and play big and high leverage moments, then we'll be a second round exit because LeBron is not LeBron anymore. And we cannot rely on, I can't trust AD. So there will be injuries, unfortunately, to probably both of them. We'll probably barely get in, probably be again in the play-in tournament. We probably get out of the first round, depending on the matchup. It's all about matchups. But then probably around that second round, depending on who we see, it'll probably be a second round bust, second round exit. That's what I expect.
I don't want to cast too much hope. I don't want to cast too much hope on this, but I think Rui is going to make a major step because he's leaving a toxic situation where at times you can see he can drop 30. He's another inconsistent player too who can get you 30 and then get you 2. But I think with Darvin Ham, a better coach, better situation, more expectations, Rui probably will step up and he's gonna get his money. So
I believe in him. I believe in Reeves low key a little bit more. I think Reeves is a dog, but like I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta see it at least for the first, couple games, 20, 30 games, and then I'm like, okay, expectation is rising. But like right now, no, I just don't see us making too much noise like how we did this past year. Honestly, we had a lot of things working in our favor this past year that helped us get to where we got. And then it all came crashing down when we seen Denver, who was just on another level. So we got to make some changes. But I feel like we'll be fine, though. I feel like Rob Pelinka going to do what needs to be done and we'll be straight.
All right. I told you somebody said that. You see the comment right there.
Yeah.
I'm already knowing. That's why I ain't say we going to the finals. I'm like second round. Give me second round for now. I take that for now. Because I'm already knowing how y'all is.
Pull up the clip, screen record. Hey, AJ, remember you said this?
Hey,
man.
Breaking news. For your team, Joe. Sacramento Kings are picking up Kessler Edwards from 1.9 million team.
Listen, when you said I looked at my phone, Kessler Edwards, I'm like, oh, okay.
You thought they got Draymond Green?
I thought we got Brook Lopez.
Oh man. But speaking of, you already know how we are, right? Man, I'm gonna bring Carl up before I introduce this next topic because it was a lot going on in the chat these last 2 days. If your phone battery survived these last 2 days, I want to say shout out to y'all. All it started was from a simple post. Dave didn't even put this post up this time. Usually it's Dave who dropped the post and dip out. We had a debate come up, but first of all, I want to say what's up, Carl. What's going on, Carl?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good. He got on the Denver hat. Come on.
Did it just for you.
Oh dang!
Oh, this about to be good.
I was tempted to bring out the draft lottery photo. I was gonna print it out. Print it out and just hold it up.
We lost our ticket.
I had time.
We lost our ticket, bro.
Are you like Bow Wow on the roof, man? You lost your lottery ticket.
Now I was like, Bow Wow, man, you got the power to change this franchise, and you keep picking wrong.
Y'all got Amen or his brother?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay, well, all right. On to bigger and better things. So a picture popped up.
Can I say something? I wanted to say something because you brought it up. Why do y'all pick against y'all family teams? Like, what's up with y'all? Do y'all not like where y'all come from?
Hey, I'm with you, Carl. My dad was a Commanders fan. That's how I became a fan.
I just wanted to be different, to be honest with you. At that time, I'm like,
what's wrong with that?
my brother a Packer fan, my pop's a Cowboys fan. I'm like, I want to, I want my own squad. I want my own team.
That's cool, but you said
I
had
picked
to
the
go root
direct
for
enemy
a
that
rival.
year.
You ain't even say I got to root for a different team. You said I got to go root for a rival.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, like I said, favorite color. It was other stuff that played a part in it. Other stuff that played a part.
The what?
Jets.
The Jets,
The
man.
who?
You could have went to the Jets.
Wayne Corbett. Shout out Wayne Corbett.
Back in what 2000 or so, like them boys
Shout
was
out Curtis
terrible.
Curtis Martin, let's get it.
Curtis Martin was nice, but other than that, it was terrible.
Chad Pennington was out there.
Nah, nah, I couldn't do it.
Talking about like nah.
Why are y'all naming the Jets? Like, it's the
They
Jets.
like green.
Fireman Egg gonna be at Tomo Dave.
Who? Who? It's the Jets. They probably happy now and they got Aaron Rodgers. Look, it ain't about them. It ain't about them. We was in the chat, right? The Jets. We was in the chat, and someone dropped a post, and it was start, cut, bench. I'm not gonna name the other receiver that was involved in this because they just totally X out my man out the conversation. Can I finish, sir? You trying to have a tie moment on here. But it was AJ Brown, Jamar Chase, and CD Lamb. And it proceeded, my good friend AJ here was like, hey, I got time today. AJ Brown, number one. And I'm ready to debate about this. Carl jumped in. I'm giving everyone a backstory. So that way when this gets going, y'all can understand why I get so heated. And this is also why you need to become a member. Like the video, subscribe. There we go. But Carl jumped in and said, wait, you think AJ Brown is better than Jamar Chase? For the folks that are fans of this show, you know where I stand with this. I'm not in this. I had nothing to do with this. Okay. I'm going to let you guys take it away. But Dave, you were not in the chat. So I want to ask you first before these two guys go.
Dave, you put me on the spot?
No. Let them duke it out first.
First of all, I told Tomo, I said he misspelled Chase.
Oh, okay. Hey, well, since you said that, you go first.
Oh, I mean, y'all know my stance. Jamar Chase is different. Jamar Chase, man, not only has he helped change things in Cincinnati since his rookie year, mind you, they've also been to multiple 2 AFC championships since he's been there. They won one, lost one. They've been to the Super Bowl since he's been there. Joe Burrow, I mean, he went 2-7 before he got hurt against the Commanders. Now they won the division back-to-back years, I believe. So, hey, look, Jamar Chase is a big reason in that he can run routes very well. He's an elite route runner, elite getting off the line, getting off the press, very great release. He's a speedy receiver, elusive, but he also can play physical. He can also win a jump ball if you need him to. He has multiple routes in his route tree, like again, elite route running, great hands, great feet, and let's not forget, Tyler Boyd was a 1,000-yard veteran receiver before he took his spot, and T. Higgins' spot, who was the first pick in the second round, who was the number one receiver the year before Chase got there. Chase took both of their number one receiver spots. Deboed them is mine now. Went for 1,400 yards his rookie year, 13 touchdowns. I got some notes. 13 touchdowns, 81 catches on 128 targets. Second year had 87 catches on 134 targets, 1,046 yards, and 9 touchdowns in 12 games. So I understand AJ Brown is a dog. I'm not disrespecting AJ Brown, but my man a dog too, and my man just a better dog right now.
All right, real quick, y'all. Sorry to interrupt y'all. Y'all battle, but somebody had some other words to say. Shout out to J-Lo with the super chat. Tyreek Hill better than both of them.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not even going to debate Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is special and been special for a while. My thing with Jamar Chase is this, man. We got to be consistent. So we was just talking about how we not going to elevate Jalen Hurts to this level because Jalen Hurts has only done this for a year. I say 2, but for a year he can't be top 5 XYZ. But then Jamar Chase been in the league for 2 years. 2 years. And all of a sudden some people in the chat, I ain't gonna say no names, but some people in the chat saying he the best receiver in the league pretty much. And I just think we need to just pump the brakes. When we look at AJ Brown, I repeated a lot of the same stuff I said in the chat. The thing with AJ Brown is this: when he went to Tennessee, the targets were not quite the same. The receptions were not quite the same as it is now in Philadelphia. In Tennessee, you got Ryan Tannehill throwing the football to you. Now, let me say this. In the chat, I was slandering Ryan Tannehill. I'm not going to do that here. Tannehill is decent. I'm not going to say he's great. I'm not going to say he's bad. He's decent. But there's a clear difference between catching passes from him and catching passes from Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, top 3 quarterback in the league. Tannehill, I'll let y'all rank where y'all think Tannehill is right now, or even in years in the past. He's not Joe Burrow. So that's my case with that. On top of that, Jamar Chase simply getting more bites at the apple. The Cincinnati Bengals are a pass-first offense. They throw the ball. It don't matter who's going to be in that backfield. As long as they got Joe Burrow, they're going to throw the football. So by default, Jamar Chase is going to get more opportunities to get yards, to get touchdowns, especially in the red zone. Even now in Philadelphia, A.J. Brown not getting the ball in the red zone like that. Why? Because Jalen Hurts rushing for 10 touchdowns in the red zone because they a run-first offense, even though they pass the ball a lot. And so there's differences there. First year, 52 receptions, still getting 1,000 yards. I think the one year he didn't get 1,000 yards was the one year he was hurt. Outside of that, A.J. Brown, 70 receptions, 1,000 yards. 63 receptions, that's the year he was hurt, 869 yards. 88 receptions this past year. The first year he's caught 88 passes or anything over 80 passes, his numbers is right there with Jamar Chase this past rookie year. So, like, I've seen A.J. Brown do the same exact thing for the most part as Jamar Chase without the same type of weapons at the quarterback position with less opportunities. With less opportunities, he's done the same thing. And, again, Jamar Chase has done this for 2 years. No, scratch that. Jamar Chase has done this for 1 year. Because if he didn't show out in that rookie year the way he did, we wouldn't be talking about Jamar Chase in this topic. Because this past year, he was straight. He was solid. But, I mean, he didn't do nothing this past year that A.J. Brown hadn't done on less receptions, targets, and opportunities from a lesser quarterback. So that's how I see it.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump in there real quick. If it was a fifth, we'd be drunk right now. I'm gonna start off by saying that. Secondly, I'm gonna say you're right. A.J. Brown did have an injury year where he played 13 games, but his best year in Tennessee is when he was hurt and played 14 games. So, I mean, I don't want to really hear that he was hurt and that's why he didn't get 1,000 yards because he had his best year with 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns in 14 games and 70 catches. That was his best year, right? Cool. I'm glad you brought up Ryan Tannehill because you slandered Ryan Tannehill, and I had Tannehill's back, and I took some notes about Tannehill. I said Tannehill is solid. He's very solid, right? I got my notes right here. Remember, the Titans went with Marcus Mariota 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
He played terrible. Tannehill took over, went 7-4 and 12. I think 8-4 actually. 7-4, 8-4, 12 games. 70% completion percentage. 2,742 yards. 22 touchdowns, 6 picks. Then they also made it to the AFC Championship game that year. Lost to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. It's Mahomes. We already know what that is. Then 2020 comes around. He played 16 games, 66%. It was 65.5, but I rounded up to 66. We all can agree to that, correct?
You got it.
Cool. 3,819 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. Sounds like a great year if you ask me. With Derrick Henry leading the league in rushing, mind you. No denial there.
How many yards did he throw for?
Huh?
How many yards you said he threw for?
3,819.
Okay.
Which 33 touchdowns, 7 picks sounds kind of familiar to Hurts. Hurts has got more rushing touchdowns probably, but it sounds familiar, right or wrong?
They two completely different players.
Wait.
But statistically, going off the numbers, he's right. Continue.
Okay, they went 11-5, and they lost to the Ravens in the first round. Lamar Jackson. Cool. 2021, they lose Derrick Henry week 8, finish 12-5, number 1 in the AFC, lose to the Bengals in the second round. Tannehill had a 67% completion percentage. 3,734 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 picks. Again, solid. But, again, best record in the AFC. They just lost to the Bengals who went to the Super Bowl. And now last year, after trading A.J. Brown, and after he was hurt, he had an ankle injury. He got shut down the last couple games of the season. He actually had the Titans 6-6. He actually had him in a position to win the division before they collapsed while he got hurt. He did, however, have a 65% completion percentage, 2,536 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 6 picks in 12 games. That's not bad. The way that we're slandering Tannehill is, to me, is just not is not really well.
What's the reason why they lost to the Bengals?
That pick to Eli Apple, not Eli Apple, Mike. That
No,
Michael.
how about a 3 picks he throw?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bad playoff game.
So did Tannehill carry them like Hurts? Carry the Eagles?
No, I didn't say he was hurt. I just said he had a statistical similar year.
Go ahead, Joe.
That's all I said.
No, go ahead. I just want to throw it out there.
But all I'm saying and bringing up this stuff about Tannehill is we're slandering Tannehill like he's a bum. Like he's bad. He's solid. He was solid for Tennessee. I understand Derrick Henry was there, but he lost Derrick Henry in 2021 and still had the best record in the AFC. Had the bye week.
Bing bang.
So, I mean, I understand Tannehill is not Joe Burrow, but Tannehill is not a scrub either. It's not like A.J. Brown was making Tannehill. No. Now, also, I have one more point. He wasn't. And I'm going to have one more point. This past season, AJ, he was throwing to Traylon Burks, who was in and out the lineup, and Kyle Phillips.
If he was that cold, it wouldn't matter to the extent that it mattered this past season. He was
Josh
terrible this past season.
Diggs, he ain't look good either.
And yet, in his first year, his first 2 years, how many years has Tannehill been in the league? He's been in the league long enough to not be as bad as he was this past year.
They were okay. I'll give you that because it
Tannehill. Listen. Tannehill is not a terrible quarterback. When I brought up Tannehill, it wasn't to say that he's a terrible quarterback, even though I did slander him quite a bit, and I will admit that. But I said that for the most part to say there is a clear, no matter how many numbers you throwing out there, all of that. If you put Joe Burrow there and you put Tannehill there, who you taking? You taking Joe Burrow, you probably taking another 10 quarterbacks. Then you taking Ryan Tannehill, right or wrong?
I said he was top 15. You said I was lying. You said I wasn't wrong. You said I was wrong. Okay, but I said he was top 15.
Okay, so 3 + 10, that's 13. You still probably take another 10 quarterbacks in front of him. Yeah. Okay, so that's my point. There's still a difference. On top of that, the numbers are one thing, but again, the number that you don't want to talk about is arguably the most important number: the targets and the receptions.
No, I brought it up.
That does not change the fact that AJ Brown's still not getting the same number of bites at the apple as Jamar Chase is, because they're a run-first offense. At the end of the day,
I was about to talk about that. So you're right. Both Philly and Tennessee will run first offenses, which means
Philly's a little different. Philly's a little bit more well balanced.
Y'all will run first.
We all run first, and that also helps AJ's case. But they're a little bit more balanced than Tennessee is, because Hurts was out there.
I mean, again, Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards. Tannehill almost had for 4,000. But I digress. Y'all will run first, just like Philly, right? Okay. The difference is hold on. You made me lose my train of thought for a second. I had a point when you cut me off. I lost.
You tried to throw it.
No. There you go. Okay, chill. When you're a run first offense, that means teams have to load the box to defend the run first, which means you get way more one-on-ones than you do if you're pass first. And now you have double high safeties, you have rolling coverages, you have all this other stuff, which means he should win his one-on-ones more often than Jamar Chase should. Now, let's talk about
he not to interrupt, but he did. That's why on 52 receptions, on 70 receptions, he was still getting 1,000 yards because he was winning those one-on-ones.
Okay, but he would have more bites at the apple if he would win more than he was saying. Because you're saying this is the only time he got all those targets, but I can say, well, he's playing with his best friend. That's why he's getting all these targets. Because he had 145 targets this year.
He's getting all of these targets now. He's getting all of these targets, and that's a fair point. He's playing with his best friend. Yes, just like Jamar Chase is playing with a quarterback that he played with in college. So, yes, I'll give you that. At the same time, though, damn, I just lost my train of thought, too. You made me lose mine just now. Damn. Say what you was going to say. I just lost my train of thought.
I want to throw out one thing. Hold on. So I see you saying a lot about Joe Burrow and Tannehill, but how do you feel about Jalen Hurts versus Tannehill? Because that's the person who's throwing the ball to AJ Brown. It's not Joe Burrow.
I think with Jalen Hurts, they trust Jalen Hurts to throw the ball a little bit more than Ryan Tannehill. And even though we have a great rushing attack, and we are a run first team for the most part, like I said, the offense is more balanced with Philadelphia opposed to in Tennessee. And Tennessee was all, for the most part, it was about 2 players. It was about AJ Brown and it was about Derrick Henry. Honestly, truthfully, if we call it a spade, Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee has always been an afterthought. Always. We think about how we gonna stop Derrick Henry and how we gonna stop AJ Brown when it comes to Tennessee. Right or wrong, fellas?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That's
gonna go
the
with
truth.
Derrick
That's the
Henry.
honest truth.
It's more so Derrick Henry, but
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I mean, so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm getting at. At the end of the day, the offense was about the running game in Tennessee. It's always been about the running game in Tennessee. And AJ Brown had to do the most with his opportunities at the football. When he caught the football, that's why his rookie season, I think he was leading the league in yards per catch or yards after the catch. Y'all might have to fact check me on that. I don't know for sure. But he was towards the top of the league. That's why he was getting 1,000 yards on less receptions. The man Jamar Chase has caught 80 passes or more both years in his career so far. Even missing the amount of games he just missed, he still caught the ball 80 sometimes. Why? Because they pass first and they make sure Jamar touching the football. Joe Burrow makes sure I'm throwing the ball to Chase. If he out there, he getting the football. That was not the case in Tennessee. It just wasn't the case. Now, again, in Philadelphia, now he has the same kind of luxury that Jamar Chase has. He's playing with a good quarterback, a quarterback that is top 5. I don't care what y'all say, but a quarterback that's top 5 and a quarterback that's making sure he's touching the football in the offense that isn't in the offense that isn't as heavily reliant on the rushing attack. And he exploded this year with the opportunity that he was given to him. So that's my thing. Jamar Chase, he's great. And these ain't shots at Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase is great. I think they probably both top 5. I'll have to do my top 5 receiver list. But at the end of the day, we seen AJ Brown do it for a longer period of time. And if we are so focused on consistency, y'all always talk about consistency, then we got to see Jamar Chase get the 1,400 for at least another year. Let's see him do something next year and the year after that.
I got one thing for you. Hold on. I got a comment here because this guy said he watched AJ Brown in Tennessee. So when Vaughn says something about AJ Brown, I'm gonna let this comment come up here because every time you said something about that, I was like, he's a yak receiver. But I'm saying he's a yak receiver.
No, can I jump in?
Go ahead, Joe. I had something to say too after you done.
Well, let me read the comment.
Go ahead.
Vaughn said, man, AJ Brown was taking 5-yard slants, 80 yards almost every game.
Let me put it like this.
First, though.
Let me say this one thing.
Go ahead,
There's a reason why he was catching 5-yard slants. Because Ryan Tannehill throwing the football. Because Ryan Tannehill throwing the football. That's why. I guarantee in Philly, yes, he still was catching a lot of slants, but it was a whole lot of deep balls in Philly. Pause. It was a whole lot of long passes. He ran a lot more the route tree this year in Philadelphia because the Eagles trust Jalen Hurts to throw the football.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe. Say what you got to say.
Look, both of y'all make good points.
They do. This is very entertaining.
Now, look, this is what I'm getting at. Jamar, see, I feel like when it comes to NFL, we tend to look at what they can do. Like, oh, they can do this, they can do that, versus the production on the field. Because if my memory, I'm not mistaken, Jamar Chase had a slow start last year. He had like a good stretch early in the season last year, and we were like, dang, what happened to the explosiveness he had last year? What happened to the 150-yard gains he had last year? What happened to the 200-yard gains he had last year? Right? It was gains. Matter of fact, I got the numbers right here for you. Y'all remember this vividly. All right. Jamar Chase, he started the season 129 yards. Then he had 54. Then he had 29. Then he had 81. Then he had 50. I remember that stretch. I was like, what's going on with Jamar Chase? But then he had 132. He started to pick it up, towards the end of the season. Now, what AJ is saying is this. Once you gave him a legit quarterback, because I get it, Tannehill, he's okay. But Tannehill is not a great quarterback. Let's relax. I get the numbers, but at the end of the day, Tannehill is never the focus.
I'm not saying he's great.
Huh?
I'm not saying he's great. I said he's solid.
I know you're not. I'm not saying you are, but talking about the numbers, nobody went like no defensive coordinator went in the drawing board and said, man, we got a Tannehill. Man, it was like, man, let's make him throw the ball. That's what we're going to do. We want him to throw the ball. So once he got Jalen Hurts, he had a better season than what Jamar Chase did last year immediately. Soon he got Jalen Hurts. He just outdid Jamar Chase. My only thing about A.J. Brown, well, I don't have anything about A.J. Brown. I get what A.J.'s saying. I won't be mad if somebody say he's better than Jamar Chase. because we always talk about consistency. You got to do it over and over again. He did not duplicate his rookie year, his second year, and he still had 130 something targets with the injuries, and barely made 1,000 yards. So let's talk about that too. He had the same amount of targets almost as Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith had more yards on him.
Hold on, can I go again? He said that Philly is so run first, right? Miles Sanders had 260 carries. Joe Mixon had 210. Jalen Hurts, who was the quarterback, had 160.
P-Ron, how many P-Ron had?
Who? P-Ron had 95. The next running back for the Eagles had 53.
Okay.
So the Bengals was handing the ball off too. Now, was it as effective as the Eagles? No, it was not. I will not lie to you.
What's your point?
The Bengals was handing the rock off too.
Saying both of their offenses were balanced.
This is the thing.
He had 3 number 1 receivers.
But that kind of.
But if you're running the ball 300 times between 2 running backs, the same as they are in Philly, then you can't use the run first argument because they're both pretty balanced.
No, are they not run first? Let's take away all the extra stuff. What did they do?
I already explained what he did.
It's pros and cons on both sides. Because run first on his side, but yeah, he's playing with 2 number 1 receivers. Like,
okay, he's playing with 2 number 1 receivers. He's playing with Dallas Goedert, who showed he can be a top 5 tight end, who takes out of the middle of the field, and he's playing with Devontae Smith, who showed he can be a number 1.
Okay, he playing with Joe Burrow.
His tight end is not even on the roster this year.
He playing with Joe Burrow, right? He's playing with Joe Mixon, who was an All-Pro, and he's playing with. I mean, he was an All-Pro, right? He had a game with 5 touchdowns last year. What are you talking about?
So what? This is one game. So okay, so Jamar Chase started the first 5 games with 100-something yards. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what?
You said Jamar started slow, but his first game he had 129 yards. Are we gonna use one game to say somebody didn't slum it? What are you talking about that stretch then?
I wanna ask this, and I want to say something. Carl, are the Bengals not a pass first offense?
No, they are, but I'm saying they
wait. You said they are a pass first offense, right? Is Ryan Tannehill a mediocre mid-tier quarterback?
He's solid.
So this is the point that this is the point quarterback. This the point that I want to. This the point that I want to get at. For Carl, he's trying to make his case based off of, well, it's still remotely close. Like, he might not be Joe Burrow, but he's solid. They might not be, run first, but they still run the ball a lot. No, the facts with this type of conversation, we always gonna split hairs. It's going to be close, but the facts of the matter are Ryan Tannehill was mid-tier, and the Bengals are a pass-first offense. They do run the ball sometimes as well, but we all know they're a pass-first offense. We all know that. So you trying to try to make the debate about, well, it's close though. At the end of the day, AJ Brown to start his career did not get the same opportunities that Jamar Chase has gotten. He just hasn't. And then the moment he did, he's shown out. That's the facts, bro.
You're misconstruing my points. I've already said that Joe Burrow and Tannehill is not close. But y'all are making it seem like Tannehill is a scrub, and that's not the case. And then again, if I'm listening to your argument, it makes it seem like the Eagles just run, and AJ still did this. But in reality, if you really look, they both were balanced.
Can I say my last thing I'm gonna say? Well, first of all, Tannehill is like Jimmy G. All right, it's Jimmy, the same thing.
Solid.
But after saying all that about AJ, if I'm a defensive coordinator and I had AJ and Jamar Chase my team on the other side of the field, I'm putting my number 1 corner on Jamar Chase.
Yep.
After saying all that,
I would think so.
And I didn't even get to that point.
You said, hold on.
I didn't get to
you saying in that situation, AJ Brown would be your what receiver?
Your why? And I didn't even get to the point of that. Some people argue that in the clutch, the Eagles go to Devontae over AJ. I didn't even get to that point yet.
Hey,
in the clutch, we go to the run. That's what we do.
We run the ball. Bengals go to Jamar, and it's not even close.
What's the name?
And it's for y'all point.
But again, more bites at he get more opportunities, bro. He gets more opportunities.
They're choosing a second-year receiver over an All-Pro running back.
But what clutch play did Devontae Smith have last year? I remember having a big play in the game, but was there a clutch play like in the late in the fourth quarter?
We didn't even have that many close games for it to be.
I'm about to say the games weren't really that close.
He would have a turning point of the game type play that really.
He did actually. If you think about that Dallas game, no, it was Gardner Minshew when Dallas went up. Devontae, he got open.
He
it was some
scored.
crazy play, and he got
Oh,
wide open.
that's the fourth quarter, right?
On the final play of the game,
It was.
the attendant pass was for AJ Brown. Though on the final play of the game, he threw it to AJ in double coverage.
Did he catch it?
And the Super Bowl too.
He couldn't get to the ball.
AJ.
But hold on. See, Joe, it's a lot that's been said right now. It's too much going on right now. Hold on. So let me ask you one question. Last year, Jalen Hurts, right? People would have looked at Jalen Hurts the same way they looked at Tannehill last year. So what you just said, yeah, and going into this season. So what you just said there, Joe, is basically when people were looking at Philadelphia, they were like, "Well, we can make Jalen Hurts throw the ball, we can win the game." So that's that's a point right there. So that's why most of it kind of was pass first. So basically, AJ Brown left Tennessee to join a green and black Tennessee. They just didn't have Derrick Henry.
You read my mind because I was going to say Derrick Henry on most teams. Who you picking to stop first? Derrick Henry or the quarterback?
It's always going to be Derrick Henry.
Exactly.
And if we really want to get really technical with it, because I'm not going to do it because then I'm going to have to bring Dak in this.
No,
Derrick Henry, though, I see your face. Derrick Henry.
Right. But with the Eagles, are we worrying about Miles Sanders over AJ Brown and Devontae? No.
But that's why they said make him throw the ball. The idea is not that we're scared of the running back. We just want the quarterback to throw.
I think more so
they're gonna make tough throws.
I think more so you were gonna talk about maybe it wasn't Miles Sanders being the threat, but the threat that you have Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts that can run the ball. I think that's probably what the dangerous thing was about it. But that to me, that kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm good with either one. Whoever one you choose, I'm cool with either one.
Statistically, you could go with the
smart chasing in the day, but I get what you saying, AJ though.
And listen. I'm not saying all this to say that there's no way you should take Jamar Chase. I get both sides of the argument. Jamar Chase a dog. I ain't say all this to say he not a dog. Like he a dog. He top 5 in the league. I'm just saying, just like y'all need to see more for a lot of guys in the NFL, I need to see more from him as well. In order for me to be like, he's better than the guy who has done more, in my opinion, with less. AJ Brown has done more so far in his career with less to work with, on less opportunities.
And he regressed.
What was that?
And he regressed the second year. He went backwards.
Exactly. You could attribute that to injury and all of that, but at the end of the day, he still, like you said, came back and still was getting plenty targets and plenty receptions right off the bat because he touched the football. Yeah. And I want to throw this out there because you tried to try to slide this in there, Tomo. No, I don't agree with the Jalen Hurts and Ryan Tannehill comparison because y'all like to gloss over the man's first year as a starter, and I refuse every time it comes up. I refuse.
But Tannehill first year taking over went to the AFC Championship
because he
turned the season around.
Wait. Ryan Tannehill had AJ Brown and he had Derrick Henry. He had a solid defense with solid coaching, right or wrong. You can take Derrick Henry out of the equation. He had AJ Brown, right?
Yeah, very.
Okay. He had a solid defense.
I'm pretty sure that was his rookie season.
He had a solid defense, right?
He did for sure. No. I take that back. The coaching made that defense look solid because we all say Tennessee defense should not be as good as they are, but the coaching makes it better.
The coaching is solid.
It helps make my case either way, fellas. So he had, at the end of the day, he had a weapon to throw the football to. He had a solid weapon to throw the football to. A guy who could take a pass 80 yards, like y'all say, 5 yards slant, 80-yard touchdown. He had that.
He only got 3 routes, bro, so you can't get it wrong. He better than all your receivers, but I digress. Okay.
He had that. He had a solid defense, and he had great coaching. If you're saying that the coaching elevated the defense to the level that they elevated the defense to. When you look at Philly, everybody see this is the thing I don't like. Everybody talks about how everything is in Jalen Hurts' favor this year. And that's why he had the season that he had for the most part. Not saying y'all, but a lot of people say that he had AJ, he had Devontae, he had the offensive line, all this other stuff. What they failed to realize is before all of that was a thing, it was his first year as a starter where he managed to score 26 touchdowns, only turn the ball over 10 times, lead the team in passing yards, passing touchdowns, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns.
Almost.
And left to the playoffs. I'm not done. That team, and I'm an Eagles fan, that team was projected to win like 4 or 5 games.
That's
and the casuals came into this season like, I don't know. Even when you add that talent, I don't know if they're gonna be that good.
A lot
I
of
knew
Eagles
they was
fans
gonna be
too.
that good because I saw the potential in Jalen Hurts throwing great passes to guys like Rhaegar, who couldn't do nothing out there,
Who
and
y'all
a
drafted, by the
defense
way.
that couldn't stop us as a receiving core.
But see,
So what
AJ,
he did, his rookie, not his rookie year, but his first year as a starter was impressive. I don't care how y'all slice it, bro. He literally carried these guys to the postseason with nobody. Not only bad team, the coaching, rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie defensive coordinator. Fellas, that stuff matters.
look,
It
I got
matters, bro.
It's gonna be funny though, because no matter how you slice it, I agree with you on that. But I'm telling you, the aspect of the game was people looked at that year and going to this year the same way you are talking about Tannehill. That's all I'm saying.
And
Because
this,
I literally watched that playoff game against Tampa Bay where he was out there looking like Mahomes on the one ankle. I said, this boy has something.
Tomo, stop it.
Not like actually his play. I'm saying he played on one leg. I forgot.
Okay.
Technical C in the building, y'all.
But
But
look,
I watched that game and said the Eagles could win this if he was healthy.
see,
That's
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't even close to almost of it. It
Yeah,
got close
He
late.
started coming back. He started
Yeah,
coming
it
back.
got close late.
But the fact that he was coming back against a Tom Brady who was vaunted to win that Super Bowl shows you that the Eagles had something brewing.
that game was
I didn't
over.
like it, but
look,
I can't say it's over.
Look, like Jalen Hurts, I always knew he was a playmaker. I remember the last game of the season when y'all benched him. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Right? I'm not gonna lie. but look though, just like Carl always say about our COVID year, that's how I feel about Jalen Hurts the year before. Every team y'all beat was a bad team, bro. Y'all beat Detroit, y'all beat the Broncos, y'all beat the Saints, y'all beat the Giants twice, y'all beat us twice. Like all the good teams y'all lost to. Y'all lost to the Chargers, y'all lost to
That
the
was
Chiefs.
and that was my point. That's where I was coming from, AJ. When I jumped in the chat, that's where I was coming from. The difference between Jamar Chase and AJ's first two years. Chase's first 2 years was great. Whether you slice it or not, he didn't have the same yards numbers as far as last year, but he still had 9 touchdowns, missing 5 games,
compared to
and he
yours.
still had 87 catches in 12 games. He didn't play.
Compared to
He
your
missed 5
88.
games. I get the yards. I get that point. But look at this year's numbers compared to last year's numbers with Jalen Hurts. It's totally different. It's nowhere near the same. That's why I said that's why you can put Jamar Chase in the top 5. To me, it's a little different for Jalen Hurts because he didn't have 2 great years. He had a good year, okay, good year the year before, and he got into the playoffs. Yes, I agree with that. But Joe also just made a point. Y'all didn't beat a lot of good teams that year. This year, it was without a doubt that you were the best team in the NFC. You beat a lot of good and great teams this year.
And took out a quarterback. Add that in there.
Took out quarterbacks.
But this is the thing.
When we needed him the most, okay, they took that quarterback out.
This is the thing. You could pinpoint, and I'm glad you brought up the Chargers because that's the game that comes to my mind fresh. And even the Kansas City Chiefs game. Our defense was terrible. Them games, Jalen Hurts was showing out. Go back, watch the games.
The Chiefs defense was terrible too, though.
I mean, okay, the Chargers game. Like Jalen Hurts showed in moments where the team needed him. He showed up and he showed out. It was the defense letting them down. It was guys like Rhaegar dropping passes letting them down. It was play calling. Jalen don't escape all criticism though, because he definitely has some bad moments. The game against Dallas, oh my God, that was horrendous. But again, a part of that is on play calling. We gave the ball to Miles Sanders 2 times. 2 times. Yeah. Like that's a rookie head coach. That's a rookie play caller. Like again, all of that. And keep in mind, it's Jalen Hurts' first year as a starter. So that's all that's why I put Jalen Hurts at that level, because I believe if you take the Eagles fan out of it, the Eagles bias out of it, I believe that he showed enough in that first year as a starter for me as a fan to be like, no, we got something. I knew we had something. I knew, we got something. I felt like we had something before we added AJ Brown. We're gonna be nice this upcoming year because I think Jalen is gonna take yet another step. Play calling should be a little bit better. You know, the coaches, they have a little bit more experience under their belt. I felt like we added some pieces on defense. I feel like we was naturally gonna be better even without AJ. AJ obviously heightened us to another level, but Jalen Hurts was gonna ball out with or without AJ this past year. I truly believe that.
Look, I think we went further and further away from the debate, and I was trying to get back to the debate. But what I was going to say is
hold on, Carl,
that
hold on. Let me set the table right quick. So this is our final words. So I'm gonna let you get your final word on this debate, on where you stand with this. AJ, you gonna get yours, and then we're gonna close this out. All right.
so again, like Dave was saying, Jamar 12 games had 9 touchdowns. AJ had 10 and 17. Jamar had 87 catches. Your man had 88. Jamar had 134 targets. Your man had 145. Now the next guy on the Bengals is T. Higgins with 109 targets. The next guy on your team is Devontae Smith, I think, with 136. So y'all were pretty pass heavy too. So let's not get that misconstrued, because Tyler Boyd was third with 82, and I think Dallas Goedert was third. He was third with 55. That's the tight end and a receiver. It's not close, but it's close enough between the tight end and the receiver. All right, and then so let's go to the playoffs, because Jamar Chase had 30 catches in the playoffs for 220 yards. I think I remember seeing.
Don't go playoffs.
No, yeah, 20 catches, on 28 targets for 220 yards. AJ Brown.
I think I don't remember the whole playoffs.
Huh?
I think he had like 10 receptions their playoff run.
Cool.
He had
AJ,
13.
There you go.
13 catches on 22 targets. I gotta hold on. Give me 1 second.
See, Carl, you can't do the playoff run, because they was cleaning teams up on that run, so they really didn't have to throw the ball.
But it wasn't because of the pass; it was because of the run.
Okay. I see your point there.
That's fair.
All right, y'all. Look, because of time, we normally do like last words, something like that.
Can I get this last? I just want to get this last one off. The first 2 games, he had 50 yards combined. Then the Super Bowl, he exploded for 96. Now go ahead.
All right, so y'all get like a 30-second last words.
I'm done.
First of all, appreciate y'all for coming on.
Yeah.
And everything. So this gets, we over the time limit for a good reason. So get like a last 30 seconds, the last words for y'all. And AJ, talk about what you got going on.
Oh yeah. Well, first thing I want to say is, first off, appreciate y'all having me. I always love coming on the show. I'm always down to come on the show whenever. I think the fact that Jamar Chase missed as many games as he missed and still caught 80-something passes really kind of helps prove my point. Like, no matter what, he makes sure he gets his targets and his receptions. Not to take away from how great he is, because he's a great player. We understand all that. But at the same time, I'm rolling with AJ Brown, because he has done more with less throughout his career. That's all I got to say about that. Go AJ Brown. Go Eagles. Y'all can follow me on IG. Y'all know what it is, AJ2K. I work for ESPN Radio. We actually about to do a podcast in like 15 minutes called Taxi Squad. Link is in my bio. I actually also have a podcast that streams over the radio, 105theblock.com, or is it the Block 105? It's the Block105.com. I would love to have all y'all on one of these days for the show. It's an hour-long show, just similar to this one, so we'd love to have y'all on that at some point. All the links are in my bio, but thank y'all for having me on. Go Lakers, fly Eagles, fly.
Let's get it. We down to come on whenever. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, Carl, you say no words for you?
My bad.
You flexing that hat.
My computer went black for a second. Appreciate y'all for having me. As always got to start off with saying that. My final words about the debate was basically in the playoffs as well. AJ had 15 catches on 22 yards for 200. 197, I rounded up. Jamar had 20 on 28 for 220. Again, that's because AJ exploded in the Super Bowl, which, kudos to that. And I'm going with Jamar Chase. He's a dog to me. He's top 5. He's just different. You can tell in his play. And this is a division rival, so it sucks for me to say this because I got to go against him twice a year. But
look at me. I'm over here talking about Chase.
But again, like I said, appreciate y'all for having me. Great debate, AJ. I ain't got nothing crazy to promote, man. I'm just, whenever I'm on the show, I'm on the show.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll definitely get both of y'all back on. Very, 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 very appreciate it. Let's get it. There y'all go. The debate of the year.
So far, yeah.
All right, so let's wrap this up, y'all. I'm gonna talk like that on commercials with the back, with talking about the stuff on the back of this box. So look, we are streaming on 3 platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure y'all go in there and like all 3 videos. Make sure y'all share all 3 videos and follow and subscribe on all three networks, platforms, what you want to call it. Appreciate y'all for using the comment section. Once again, shout out to Donnell for becoming a member of Refuse to Lose Sports, as far as a superstar member. So he's put himself in the Refuse to Lose chat. And then shout out to J-Mo for sending the super chat for $4.99. Appreciate that. He said Tyreek Hill is better than both, and I stand by that. All right, Dave, talk about those IG chats we got going on.
And these IG chats, first thing is you get all important news here first. So that's in the NBA/WNBA chat, NFL, Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball, men and women's, and then boxing. It's really a combat chat with boxing, UFC, and a little bit of wrestling. And you could throw in any other kind of combat sport in there. We will be opening it up to other sports soon. The more we get, more people involved, starts like hockey, soccer, stuff like that. So we'll do more. We'll do more stuff like that. But right now, these are all the chats that we have. And to get into those chats, Tomo, go ahead.
Man, so you want to read fast or we want to read fast? Click the link in the description and you can become a member. To become a member, again, click the link in the description. We offer 3 tiers at this moment. 3 tiers. The 3 tiers are the pro level, the all-star level, and the superstar level. Pro level is $2.99 a month. With the pro level, you get the loyalty badges. As you can see, Donnell didn't get the loyalty badge yet, but you can see the superstar badge there. But that's an idea of what it is. You get the loyalty badge, you get priority comments, and you can join one sports chat. All the sports chats that Dave just told you about, you can join one of those. If you join the all-star level, you get the same perks from tier 1, but you get a little bit of extra because you're paying more for $4.99 a month. That is, you can join multiple chats. You can go in each chat, have fun in there. You can request a topic or a segment to be on the show that we can talk about. You can also get member-only videos. The third tier is the superstar level. Again, shout out to Donnell and Jerry. They both are superstars, NFC Elite. But with the superstar level, you get the perks from both tier 1 and 2, and you get a little bit more. You get to join the Refuse to Lose chat. As you can see, this is where that debate carried on for almost 2 to 3 days. This is where that debate came from, that Refuse to Lose chat. And you could be a guest on the show. You clearly see these 2 guys were guests on the show. You can be one of those guys. Come up here and tell us why you think A.J. Brown is better than Jamar Chase. You can also win award and plaques, but that goes to the top performer. So if you do come on the show, it's based upon the ratings that you got for that episode. If that means you got to come on multiple. Again, this is a $9.99 a month level for the superstar, and you also get member shout outs. And we can bring Donnell up as we exit this out, but you can see what happens when you become a member. We bring you up live. So click the link in the description to become a member.
There it is. Shout out to BWT, Baseball with Teddy. If you are diehard, casual, or just want to learn about baseball, make sure you tune in to BWT, Baseball with Teddy. And that's on the Refuse to Lose Sports YouTube page and Facebook page. And another episode will be dropping very soon. So make sure you be on the lookout for that. And quickly, last words from me. Let's go, Commanders. Hey, Sacramento. Hey, I need y'all to do something great in the free agency. I'll be waiting.
Hey, Miami, let's do something this offseason. We did nothing last season, so let's do something this offseason. And in San Fran, all I'm saying is I'm getting sick of what I'm hearing. So that's all I'm saying.
Getting sick and tired of it, broken promises. Look, hey, these 2 guys came up here and talk about who was their best receiver. All I want to say is the guy jersey that I got on, shut both of them guys down when he went up against them. So don't ever disrespect my cornerback. That's all I got to say. And for the folks that's not a member now, and when you join, thank you.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.